Hi there, blessings. Thank you for being here. So grateful to share this space with you. I am Drasmin, and this is Dragom Drasmin Oracle. And today I am guided to share with you a very special reading. This is a pick a pile or pick a card that is going to talk about how this transit in Saturn is going to affect you. Now, this is a general reading, so some or all of the messages may resonate with you. Use your intuition, use your discernment, take what fits. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you're welcome to send me a direct email and we can get a more precise message for your consciousness, for your psyche, for your being in this timeline as we are right now transitioning from Saturn in Aquarius for the past 3 years, going into Saturn in Pisces for the next 3 years. So this is a big energy. And Saturn is the planet that rules structure. It governs law. It is about karma. It is about your routine. It is about how you expand as a being in the human experience, even if it's it doesn't have to be like a multi-million-dollar business. It could just be just expansion within yourself. So Saturn is all about, how do I expand myself, and what are the structures, what are the habits, what are the routines, what are the connections, what do I engage with that supports or takes away from that internal structure that then will allow and support expansion. And Saturn also rules karma. So, as you reap, so you sow. So Saturn in Pisces is a time of big retribution for the collective. This is a collective energy. We are all affected as individuals, and the collective is also affected, and everything is interconnected at all times. So what one does for self ripples out and affects all, and vice versa. So I'm picking up on the collective energies. I have 3 piles here, 1, 2, and 3. I have pre-shuffled and drawn these cards, but I will be pulling tarot live with you to get clarifiers. I have already opened circle and invited guides, elementals, and any other beings supportive of the light in honorance of the shadow to be present here with us, to bring their strength, their wisdom, their guidance. And I'm here in the sacred circle with you. So before we begin, to get you in the headspace for this reading, I invite you to just take 3 breaths with me. Big inhale and exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Releasing all that came a moment ago, all that comes next. Inhale and exhale, tuning in to 1, 2, or 3. Whichever one pings for you first is the pile that is calling for you. If more than one pile calls for you, perfectly okay. Again, this is a general reading. I am tapping into a collective energy. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? So I have pulled option 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to just put this over here. Okay, so we're going to start with option 1. So how I was guided to talk about this reading and share was a 2-parter. First part is, how did Saturn in Aquarius affect you? What came up for you? What did you learn about self, about your relation of self to your environment and the greater whole? And then this is Saturn in Pisces. Now, what is here? What is possible for you? What can you tap into? Okay, so I did another video at the beginning of the month where I talk about the March energies, and I will put a link to that in the description box below. And somewhere in there, I talk about Saturn in Pisces and dive deeper into those energies. It's not time stamped, so if somebody wants to do that, go right ahead. I simply do not have the bandwidth to timestamp my videos right now. And same goes for this reading. If you'd like to timestamp options 1, 2, and 3, awesome. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get started. So option number 1, what is Saturn in Aquarius? So Aquarius is an air sign, and it is the third air sign. So it is about how the mind relates to the greater whole. It is an energy that connects directly with how we communicate and how we express ourselves with the greater whole. And Saturn went into Aquarius right as the whole COVID pandemic started. So it really brought up the whole idea of how we communicate to the world, to each other, during a time where there was so much restriction. And that brought up a lot of things to the surface. And Saturn in Pisces, Pisces is water. It's the third water element. So it's about the deep subconscious and the hidden and, deep under the water. So Saturn in Aquarius, the energy that comes out for you is dilettante. Okay. The light attributes are delighting in the arts without having to be professional. However, it alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And the shadow is perceiving that you have much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So for you, option 1, Saturn in Aquarius brought up for you where you have passion and skill and talent and actually enjoy doing whatever that might be, yet you may not have had as much training or experience in that. And you may have had this realization that you actually enjoy this a lot, and you would like to see this bring forth revenue for you. Yet with that comes work. Okay, if you want a garden, you got to put in the work. If you want a nice dinner, you got to get nice groceries and prepare a nice meal. How much you put out is what you get back in. How much you put in is what you get put back out. So as within, so without, as above, so below. This is one of the laws of creation. And so what I'm seeing for you, option 1, is Saturn in Aquarius. So the last 3 years, you were able to tap into a hobby that you may have loved as a child, or you may have just discovered because of everything that happened, pushing you to just kind of isolate or be within yourself. And you realize now that you actually really enjoy doing this. And there's a desire, I'm sensing this desire to potentially monetize this passion of yours, right? And you may have already come to the realization that you may need to have a little more skill, not necessarily in the passion, because you're naturally skilled at it, but in how to monetize it, right? So that means possibly taking some business classes, taking some, social media courses, taking some, attending some seminars, attending some workshops, investing in some books, putting money into, hiring somebody to help you build a website or help you run the shop or whatever it might be. And I'm talking about business here, but it doesn't have to be business. It could be about expanding a family. You may have had this realization that, I've enjoyed being single, but I would really like to have a partner and have a family. And maybe I'm realizing that I don't really know how to communicate my needs and my desires and my boundaries. And I need to, learn how to do that with myself first, right? So it's not just business. It could be your community. It could be your home. It could be any number of things, but you've discovered something that you really love to contribute towards that may need a little bit more effort on your part. And you may already be tapping into this effort, or you may not. So let's look at now what you are transitioning into. So Saturn in Pisces is bringing the destroyer. Okay. And the destroyer, okay, before we freak out and panic, okay, the destroyer says releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. Okay. That's really beautiful and powerful, because we were just talking about how this Saturn in Aquarius energy brought things up for you and had made you realize some things about yourself, some things about your home, some things about your community. And following that thread, of course, this is naturally going to show up. And what I'm sensing for you for the next 3 years, you are going to go through an irrevocable change. Okay. Your life is going to flip 180. I don't say 360 because then you're back at the beginning, which does make sense because every ending is a beginning. But what I'm saying by flip 180, it's like it's going to turn upside down. Okay. It's not going to look like by the end of these 3 years, if you choose to act on it, if you decide to take that leap of faith, and I encourage you to do so. We are starting a brand new cycle. We're a few days away from starting the new year of 2023 with the spring equinox, the rebirth of Aries, the zodiacal year, so this is a prime time for you to say, okay, you know what, I am going to commit. I'm going to commit to this passion and this thing I love, and not to put pressure on that, right? Because sometimes when pressure gets put on creativity, on passion, or on joy, it starts to feel like a burden, right? And so that's one of the things that may need to be destroyed. Okay, that's one of the beliefs. Whenever something new needs to be born, the first place that change needs to happen is mind. Okay, the law of mind is the first principle of creation. Why? Because our thoughts create our reality. So the law of mind says, okay, I believe, I see that I am really good with children. Okay, the last 3 years, I've had to spend a lot of time with my nieces and nephews, and I realize that I'm really good with children and I love spending time with them. But I don't know necessarily how to take care of a child, and that's okay, right? Or you may have figured out, like, wow, I've just been playing the violin for the last few years and I'm really, really good at it. Now I would love to, maybe join a band or play some gigs or record an album, but I don't know how to, um, operate sound programs. I don't know anything about music, so forgive me if I'm butchering this. But the point is that you've had this realization, and now you're being given this opportunity with this transition to say, okay, you know what? I have this power, I have this potential within me to start something new, to expand my family, to expand or even start a business, to, or it doesn't even have to be business, to really commit to a hobby, to commit to a practice, to commit to a spiritual faith, to commit to something. The point is, there is a commitment of you to whatever it is that you've been awakened to in the last few years that is going to require you to shift your mindset and eliminate things and possibly people as well that do not support that. And that's not to say that you're ungrateful for their presence in your life. This is just the natural cycle of life. Change is the only constant, and everything has a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Okay, and it's okay to, it's perfectly normal to both be happy and sad. Like, oh, I'm happy because this friend was with me for this period of time in my life, and now I'm choosing to go a different direction and we just don't vibe or connect in that way, or they're choosing to be stuck in their, ways, whereas I want to grow and expand. And that's okay. That's you choosing yourself. That's the whole point of being in the human experience, to learn how to love and how to be loved. What are we loving? We're loving ourselves. We're learning how to be loved. We're learning how to receive love. And loving yourself means making choices that bring you deeper and deeper into alignment with your heart's passions. Okay, breaking away from the mental programs that tells you that you can't, or that you won't receive support, whatever blockages are in there, it's time to literally destroy them by the power of your choices, by your power of mind. Instead of I can't, say I can. Instead of I don't know, say I will. Instead of I'll get to it someday, say I'm doing this right now. Okay, so that's what's coming for you. So the next few years is really about working on building a strong inner foundation for this to root, because it takes time for a plant to root in the ground before it can bear its fruit. And the length of that is only known to the seed. So whatever the seed that has been awakened within you now wants to come to life, it's already alive, but you need to do some more inner work and possibly external work. So the soil and all the nutrition and nourishment and support and life that seed needs to properly root and thrive is there for it. All right. So let's look at some tarot. Those were the channeled messages from the spirit card. So let's look at tarot. Let's ask a question. What? No, I'm being told to just pull 3 supportive messages. Okay, 3 supportive messages for the Saturn. For the Saturn in Pisces. Okay. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh my goddess. Okay, we have 3 major arcana cards, okay, which means that this is destined for you. I wouldn't be surprised if those of you who have chosen option number 1 are at the beginning or somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys who chose option 1 are about to hit your Saturn return or are already in it. Okay, because a Saturn return is a big energy. We get 3 each lifetime, every approximately 25 to 33 years. So 3 major arcana cards. We get the 17, the Star, which is healing and recovery, which comes after the Tower. The Tower is destruction. Okay, so healing, deep healing of the soul, deep healing of the psyche, deep healing of the mind. You know, this 17 card talks about how okay, the okay, the 17 card breaks down to an 8. Okay, the higher octave of the 8 is the 17, and the 8 is right here, and in between them is the 9. Okay, so it's like the 8 is strength, the 17 is deep healing, and then the 9 is inner solitude. Okay, so it's like you're going to be going into this period for the next couple of years where you're going to be mostly internal. And I was feeling that, you know, because I talked about the first step towards anchoring a new foundation of whatever kind it might be is the mind. You have to work on rewriting your belief systems, your thought patterns, and only then will any kind of physical changes take effect because you have anchored that solid belief system within yourself. So the deep healing of belief systems that have up until this point disempowered you, it's like you are awakening to this courage, this strength within you. Okay, and you're going to be in this time of deep inner reflection, of deep contemplation, of being faced with both your true challenges, not the crap that other people have told you, you know. Maybe you've been belittled your whole life, and you're going to realize that you're actually incredibly smart. Okay, but maybe you've been told your whole life that you're super creative, and you're realizing that you can't even draw a stick figure for shit. Okay, so it's like you're going to be going through this deep inner transformation, this deep healing, right? Even though everything around you seems to be falling apart, remember that everything is always happening for you, and everything is supporting you and working for you and helping you to bring you into deeper alignment with yourself. And this is a big energy. Okay, I'm feeling your energy, and I literally wouldn't be surprised if you're about to go into your Saturn return. I didn't know that I was in my Saturn return until way after, because I didn't start like astrology or anything until I was closer to my 30s, and it was a really hard time, right? And Saturn return is not meant to scare you. It's just a point. It's like a major life checkpoint. Okay, it's like, are you going in the direction that you want to go, and do you have all the tools? And if you don't, it's okay, because now you have some time, you have a little bit of cushion for the next few years to reevaluate the direction. You know, you see this person looking into this window or a mirror, right? Whichever way. I mean, windows can have usually are reflective surfaces, not always. And seeing within yourself, you know, how much strength you have, how wise you are, how capable how you are, the power of choice that you have. And that's going to bring a deep healing of your consciousness, both subconscious and superconscious and now consciousness. You know, it's going to really shift you into greater alignment with whatever has awakened within you in the last few years that you realize just sparks you, brings you to life. Okay. The 17 is the 1 and the 7. We are in a year 7. 2023 is the number 7. 7 is about movement into the next level. It's an upgrade, it's an up leveling, it's a promotion of yourself, of your job, of your family. It's you know, expansion, it's moving up, it's going to the next step. So it's like 1 and 7, you're stepping into this new beginning, which is then a 1 and a 9, okay, or a 1x. The way the numbers are written here, which is you're stepping into the next stage, which is actually internal, and you're going to realize how much courage you have. No, these Roman numbers are like talking to me right now because I'm a numerologist and I'm getting all these other messages, but if I go into them, I'm going to be here all night. So I'm saying no to those messages right now, because I feel like the cards are pretty clear, you know, of what is going on. You're just going to go through this big time of deep inner reflection. You know, if you are called into solitude and isolation, it's okay, trust it. I definitely spent several of my years of my Saturn return in isolation. A lot of it was at the beginning forced, and then I just surrendered into it. And it was deeply healing. It was absolutely terrifying at first, but that's okay, because what you're actually facing is the reality of your own power. And when we are faced with the reality of our own power, we realize how powerful we are. We literally understand, you will literally come to understand, if you haven't already, that you are the author of your own reality. Your thoughts create your reality. Everything that you speak comes to pass, whether it happens right away or later down the line. And that's why Saturn also rules karma. It's like everything you've spoken and uttered and done, it's going to be coming back at you now, you know, for the last 20 some years, 20, 30 years. If this is indeed your Saturn return, you know, you're going to be faced with the consequences of all of your choices. And you get to choose if that's going to strengthen you, which is the invitation, or if it's going to crush you, which isn't even, it's not here, because you're going to choose to rise. What is rise? Revel in self-excellence. Okay, fantastic. Okay, and then let's look at, I'm pulling this card. Well, let's look at a potential, one potential challenge of this going into the Saturn in Pisces. Okay, this is not a challenge for the next 3 years, just in this current now, going into the Saturn in Pisces, you know, shifting from this to this. Okay, shifting from Saturn in Aquarius to Saturn in Pisces. What is a potential challenge that's now arising? Yep, 3. Okay, so the 3 came out, the Empress, okay? And we're seeing, this is the reverse tarot. I love this deck. It's so awesome. We're seeing the inner aspect of the Empress. What does this mean? This means that what's challenging you right now is feeling safe within whatever you have materialized for yourself, feeling nurtured, feeling protected, feeling like you can just basically fall apart, so to speak, and trusting that the home you have, the people that you're surrounded with, you know, the good healthy habits that you have rooted for yourself. The challenge is trusting that that will hold you if you go deep into, you know, your shadow world. That's what's challenging you right now. It's trusting that people are going to be there for you, trusting that your home's going to, you know, be taken care of if you need to go and grieve and cry or journey or whatever you need to do, attend seminars, you know. That's the challenge right now. And I get that, you know, because you're being called into an internal journey, right? A deep internal journey into isolation. So it's like, well, if I choose to, you know, just go off into the mountains for the next few months and cry and pray and feel my feelings, are my friends going to be there when I come back? You know, is my cat going to still love me? You know, is my dog going to hate me forever? And the universe, your higher self really, is here to say, the Empress energy is the mother energy. Okay. And who is the greatest mother of all? The greatest mother of all is the earth. Okay. People come and go, jobs come and go, things come and go. You know what sticks around? The nurturing, loving energy of the mother. And that energy of the nurturing, loving mother is going to always be there for you, regardless of whether the faces of the people that you know remain or not. That's not important. What's important is that you recognize that you always have the abundant, eternal, unconditional love and support of the earth mother and all of her creatures that show up in your life. They could be crows, they could be hawks, they could be your dog, they could be a different dog, they could be your friends now, they could be friends that you meet on your travels. It's okay if things fall away. Okay, let it go. If something is meant for you, it's always going to be there for you and it'll show up for you in the perfect timing. So stop forcing something that is creating stress. You know, if it's difficult and challenging, it's resistance. And what happens when you're in resistance? You attract more resistance. So it's time to just surrender to the nurturing love of the divine mother, which is the Mother Earth, which is the people in your life now, which is the people that are going to show up as you continue on this journey. Let's get one guidance, how to shift out of this energy. Okay, and we have King of Wands. Okay, and this just flew out of the deck. What is the King of Wands? King of Wands is the energy of following your intuition. Trust whatever you are guided. I mean, trust that quiet inner voice, okay? Because ego is loud and throws a tantrum and, you know, bullies its way into the room, but your intuition is soft and gentle. You can hear it loudest when you're calm and peaceful at the beginning of the day, when you arise, if you rise in a peaceful way, you know, after a long, nice hot bath or good long shower, you know, listening to your intuition. Only you know what's best for you. Okay, only you know what makes you feel good, what gives you pleasure, what makes you uncomfortable, what stresses you out. Nobody can tell you that. Even if you're a twin, you are still two different people. And so the Saturn in Pisces time is going to teach you to trust your authority. You know, look at this man. It's a masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is the energy of authority. Okay, you are going to tap into your own inner authority, strength, and that comes when you take time out to be with yourself. Because only when you're by yourself, with yourself, then you start seeing and realizing what is actually your truth and what is everybody else's good opinion. EGO, everyone's good opinion. Okay, so that's what will support with this transition. Okay, just trust your intuition on whatever guidance you are receiving at this time to step into this rebirth. You're going into a metamorphosis, right? You're going to be in a cocoon for a while, so you're going to have to make some arrangements in order to go into that. Trust what you are guided to do. Even if everybody else thinks you're crazy, you are the only you. And even if you've reincarnated in many timelines, this is the only timeline of you as you in this here now. Okay, beloved one? So let's close your reading with a well-being card. Just just an affirmation that you are welcome to write down. You're welcome to write down on a sticky note and put it on that mirror, and look at it for the next few years as you're going through this journey of deep inner metamorphosis and transformation. Look at this. My health and well-being are natural forever. Can you see that? My health and well-being are natural forever. Okay. You can appropriately depart your body without illness or pain. You do not need to attract illness or pain as an excuse to live your body, because you are always free to choose otherwise. This is summarizing what I've been saying. You know, you are going to be working with the mind most of all. I'm surprised wands did come out. Look, mind. Okay, confirmation. Yeah. So you're going to be realizing that ultimately it is your choices and how you speak to yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you talk about yourself, how you let other people talk to you and about you, and whether you allow that in your circle. Okay. Your health and well-being is natural forever. Okay. It's always healthy. It's always pure. It's always strong. It's always wise. The work is about removing everybody else's sticky hooks that have made you to believe otherwise. All right. So option 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much for joining me and for receiving these messages. If they resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And I'm sending you so much love and peace and ease for your journey ahead through Saturn in Pisces, okay? All righty. Now let's look at option number 2. Okay, option number 2. So Saturn in Aquarius and Saturn in Pisces. Now Saturn in Aquarius has been going on for the last 3 years, and now we're switching into Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn in Aquarius, what came out for you was monk or nun in the shadow attribute, which is negative judgment of the physical world and excess piety. So what I'm getting from this card is for the last few years, you've just been kind of in the victim mindset. You've been in the, oh, poor me, life sucks, everything's doom and hell, preparing for the apocalypse, nothing's gonna go good, I'm depressed, I'm unhappy, I'm just gonna stick in this, I'm just going to just let myself go and not really care for myself, just being a victim. That's the energy that I'm getting for you, group number 2. It's like the last few years you've really been in this dark, gloomy energy of playing the victim and just not seeing beauty and light in yourself and or in the world around you. Happily, this energy is now shifting for you. So let's look at what it's shifting to. Okay, beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Now, before you get all caught up on the word beggar, we're looking at the light attribute. So what is it saying? It's saying that you're going to realize, confront empowerment at the level of physical survival. So you're going to realize these next few years is an opportunity for you to tap into your own power. Choose to not be a victim anymore. Choose to be empowered. And where does that begin? It begins in the body. On my TikTok channel, I share so many videos and posts where I talk a lot about the body, even though I am a spiritual guide and teacher, and I hold sessions and I help people through plant medicine journeys, tapping into their Akash, tapping into their soul purpose. All of that is for lack of a better word, ineffective if you are not taking care of the body. So I share a lot of higher concepts on my teachings and practices, but the big thing that I talk about is taking care of your body. You have to take care of your body, because without the body, there's nothing. Okay, without the body, you don't have a mind, you don't have a heart, your spirit doesn't have somewhere to live. Okay, so you are now realizing, like, how much longer is this going to go on? You know, how much longer are you going to sit there and cry and say, poor me, boo-hoo, the world sucks, everything hates me, I hate life, hate, hate, hate. You know, that's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, the disease stops when you make that choice. The depression stops when you say enough. The bad habit, the bad relationship, the unhealthy, toxic, whatever, it ends when you make that choice. Okay, so you're going to be facing and confronting your own self-empowerment at that physical level of the body, and that is going to awaken humility. Okay, because you're going to realize that we are all in the body. We all have pain. We all experience grief. We all got bills to pay. We all got, you know, the matrix to fight and break out of. We all have our own gifts and talents to tap into. We all have our neurodivergence and alter abilities. You know, we all got stuff going on. And when you look at yourself and really face yourself with honesty and gentleness, then you will be able to start having greater compassion for yourself and the world around you. And that's where humility comes from. Humility comes from recognizing that we are all in the human experience together. We all have our battles that we don't know about the other person's battles. You know, people in your circle might think that you're doing great when inside you feel like you're dying. Okay, so it's like, that's what you're going to realize. You're going to be pushed. Okay, Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is about everything that's in the subconscious. So Saturn in Pisces is going to bring everything in that subconscious up to the conscious. Okay, and you're going to realize that you've been creating a life of disease and depression because of your own choices. And then that's going to ignite that choice for you, if it hasn't already, of like, wow, okay, I get to choose now. What do I do about this? Okay, so let's get some tarot, 3 supporting cards, please. Oh, the Strength card. Okay, this came out for another pile. King of Cups, love, love, love. Yes, love is the medicine. And love is also action. Okay, so this fell out sideways, so I'm just going to take it like that. I don't normally do sideways cards, but it's asking me to do that. So these 3 cards came out: Strength, King of Cups, and 5 of Cups sideways. Okay, what is this saying? This is saying that love is going to be the medicine that gets you through. And I'm not talking about, you know, this toxic new age spirituality BS, you know, it's all love and light and peace and kumbaya. I'm talking about loving those difficult aspects of yourself, loving those challenges, loving those triggers, loving those sensitivities, loving those differences about you that maybe nobody in your circle knows about or understands or accepts. And if that's the case, then that circle is going to fall apart the more you tap into love for self. King of Cups. This is that energy of compassion. Okay, King of Cups is the very giving of love, just loving life and wanting to share love and create love. But love also includes the sticky and the messy and the uncomfortable, and that's where the strength comes in. It's like you're tapping into this courage of love, and you're going to realize that love is actually a strength and a power. Okay, the reason you're able to feel so sad and depressed and horrible is because you have that equivalent capacity of joy and bliss and love. And what is 5 of Cups? 5 of Cups is the middle point. 5 is the middle between 0 and 0 and 10. So 5 is that middle point where it's like you're going to feel more hopeful. Okay, you're going to, that hope is going to return to you, is what I'm getting. Okay, the more you allow yourself to feel how strong you are. Okay, literally right now, place a hand on your heart and take a big breath. Okay, you woke up today because your heart was doing the job that it's here to do. which is to love you unconditionally. If you have a bad day, it's not going to stop beating, okay? If you talk shit to it, it's going to hurt and feel sad. And over time, it'll imprint a memory on it. But your heart is going to keep waking up every day, and it's going to wake you up with it. So, hand on heart, I woke up today. And if that's all you got for a hot minute, that's okay. I woke up today. Oof, I'm in my body and I love my body. I woke up today. I'm in my body and I love my body. You know, baby steps. I woke up today. I'm in my body. I love my body. Tapping into gratitude. You know, if you're having a hard time feeling love, start counting the things that you are grateful for. I woke up today. My heart is working. I'm able to watch this video, which means I have access to Wi-Fi and a smart device. You know, I have water to drink. I have food to eat. Tap into gratitude to feel the love. Okay, make a list of all the things you're grateful for, or one thing every day. Let that be your practice for the next 3 years. Make a list every single day of 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for, and just commit to that as a tool to empower yourself and to realize how much beauty there is in life, how much hope, how much goodness there is. And you do not have to stay in this victim mindset. Again, it comes down to you. So let's look at what is a potential challenge from you transitioning from the victim into empowerment. Okay, so 2 of Wands, making that choice. Okay, looking within and making that choice. Okay, on the other side, it's looking externally. This is looking within. So what's challenging you right now is making that choice. You already know the choice. Okay, you already know the decision to make, and it's challenging you right now. Why is it challenging you? Okay, well, that's just the challenge. So let's look at, how do we break this challenge? How do we harmonize? How do we transition from victimhood into empowerment? Oh my gosh. Okay, way too many cards. Can we just get one, please? Okay, number 21, the World card. It's time to put an end to it. Okay, it's time to put an end to it. 21 is a major completion. It's like you hit the end of the movie, you hit the end of the book, you finish the album. Okay, you're done. It's time to be done. Okay, and if you do not choose to be done, you're not going to tap into a life that's happy. Okay, you're going to start a new cycle, okay, for however long that you've been in this cycle. And because Saturn energies can impact anywhere from 3 to 30 years, okay, that's how big Saturn energies are. Saturn and Pisces energy is just 3 years, but the effect of a Saturnian energy and all of the choices that come with that can affect you for up to 30 years. So the guidance is 2-2-1, 2 or 21, 2 and 1. Okay, 2 is about decisions, 1 is about choice, taking that first step. 3 is the first formation, the pyramid. You are going to choose to create a structure for yourself that connects mind, heart, body. That's what the 3 is. Okay, so I don't feel like anything else needs to be said to that, because ultimately it's your choice, my love. It's your choice. And you get to choose if you're going to keep being the victim and being this pity party and just, you know, be disempowered and codependent, or if you're going to say, you know what, I am the boss. I love myself. And yes, I have challenges. I have weaknesses. I might be dealing with addictions right now, but I can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. I choose to ask for help. I choose to receive help. And as you continue doing the work, your hope returns. You feel good about yourself again. You feel good about life again. So let's look at one wellness card, an affirmation. You can write this down on a sticky note and put it on a mirror where you can see it for the next few years. I envision more and act less. Okay. As you take the time to find images in your mind that are pleasing, you will more often achieve vibrational alignment with all things that you desire. From that alignment, you will experience more inspired ideas and assistance from others. Inspired action is very satisfying and extremely productive. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I envision more and I act less. What does that mean? It means that you are allowing yourself to feel more gratitude. I talked about how you can take this practice, and this card is affirming and confirming that the most powerful practice for you for the next few years is to take a step back from being so overly entangled with your emotions and your thoughts and all the things that add to that, and just start having more and more gratitude for what you do have, what flows naturally, and cultivate that practice of gratitude, 1 to 3 things every day. And that will greatly support you with ending this cycle of victimhood, because you are not a victim. You are strong and wise and capable and powerful. And if no one has ever told you this before, I believe in you. I believe in you. Let me show you my face. I believe in you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you grow. I want to see you happy. I want to see you looking up at that sun, looking up at those stars, and being so excited to be alive, because life is a gift. There's so much beauty and light in this world, and you are one of those lights. I'm sending you so much love and blessings, peace and ease as you go through this transition and you tap back into that unconditional, healthy love for all the aspects of you. Okay. Right. Cards are so slippery. I like it. Okay, so now we're going to look at option number 3. So Saturn in Aquarius, the energies that you've been in for the last few years, what you've awakened or realized about yourself, tapped into. And now Saturn into Pisces. What are you going into? What's possible and potential for you in the next 3 years? So Saturn in Aquarius over the last 3 years says storyteller in the shadow, making up stories that harm others. Okay, so the last few years you have come into this understanding of how much you gossip. Okay, the energy that I'm getting from this is gossiping about others, or sharing things that are confidential, not being in integrity, not exaggerating things, white lies, just basically not being honest, whether it's about yourself and or the people in your life, or both. Okay, so that's what's coming out, and I feel complete with that. So let's look at what you're shifting into. Okay, the visionary capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Very interesting energy. Okay, so you have this gift, okay? You have this gift for sharing stories, okay? But you haven't allowed yourself to tap into your own power of source. And so you have all this energy to share, but because you haven't allowed yourself to tap into your own personal power, you have been sharing the stories of other people, and you haven't been sharing it in its honesty. And so that's why this is coming out in the shadow element. And now you have this opportunity to realize, because We're coming out of the mind, the air energy, going into the water, going into the earth, going into the subconscious. It's like over this next few years, you're going to realize that you have this ability to tap into the unconscious and create stories that actually uplift people, that bring joy and peace to the world. And it's such a natural gift for you that you're not going to have to even think about whether it's going to bring you wealth and success and happiness, because that's just you tapping into that passion and power and potential within you. Let's get 3 cards for this, please. A visionary is a leader, and leaders have the gift of communication. They have the gift of speech. They have the ability to calm an audience or inspire a group, or, you know, astound a group of beings. So that's why, you know, you're able to like share all these stories and, you know, oh, I see. Okay. So one of the things that you've been getting is attention. You've been getting attention for sharing your stories, and you like the attention, but the way you've been getting the attention doesn't honor yourself or the people who confide in you. And now you are being awakened to this possibility that you have this ability to get attention in a way that actually helps and heals our world. Okay. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, a beginning in the tangible. What did I say? You have this ability of communication, of storytelling, of speech making, of songwriting, of you know, visionary. A visionary is somebody who builds a new world. They create something that has never been seen before, or they transform something that's already there and turn it into something that's more efficient and more powerful. Ace of Pentacles. Ace is beginning. Pentacles is the earth, the tangible. Okay. See, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just realized, look at this card. Okay. This woman is holding a ball, and here a hand holding a ball. Okay. This is something that is literally in your hands. You've literally got it in your hands. And now you are at this beginning where you can take this idea, this gift of yours, and turn it into something that will bring you a lot of wealth and success. But you're not going to be thinking about how it's going to bring you wealth and success, because you are so divinely inspired to just create. Three of Swords. Okay. 3 of Swords. There's some heartache here. And 11, Justice. Okay. Okay. I'm getting this message. I'm getting this message real loud and clear. Group number 3. What I'm getting with this tarot, and this is for some of you, your gift and ability to share information, to share stories, to create songs, to create music, to build things, to invent things, whatever, you know, you whatever creative genius. Okay, the visionary is the card of the creative genius. Whatever creative genius you have, there's something that happened to you, whether it happened as a child, as an adult, or both, where you have not been encouraged, and possibly even dismissed, belittled, made fun of. You know, you just haven't been supported by people that you love. Okay, you've shared, you know, this desire of yours possibly before, and instead of being supported by it, for it, you've been rejected and neglected and possibly abandoned and, you know, hurt in the process. Okay, 3 of Swords is a energy of big, deep heartache. Okay, but then we have number 11. 11 is a gateway. It's a master prime number. And 11 is the card of justice. And I was talking at the beginning of this video how Saturn rules karma. So now all of those people that hurt you, that didn't support you, that didn't respect that you are different, that you are a gift, Okay, you are a gift in this world. You are unique, you are important, and you are needed. Visionaries are leaders. Okay, and you may have this deep wound that isn't allowing you to tap into this, but these cards are here. Your higher self, spirit, the universe, every one who is here right now is here to say, you know what? Live life for you. The greatest act of justice, the greatest revenge is to do you. Okay, that's how you can get revenge on these people. And it's not that you're actively seeking revenge on them. Okay, you're not even concerned about what happens to them, because God, Goddess is going to take care of it. Justice is here, which means the balance, the scales are now tipping in your favor, which means that these people who hurt you, who didn't respect you, who didn't love you, who didn't respect and honor that trust, who broke your trust and broke your heart, they're about to get their karma. And you are being released of that shame, of that heartache, of that sadness. Okay, you're being released from that so that you can take this first step towards being that creative genius that you are. So what is challenging you from shifting out of this energy that's safe but unhealthy into this energy that's scary but exactly you? Queen of Wands, okay? Trusting your intuition, okay? Because you have been hurt in the past. Whenever you trusted your intuition, you didn't receive that support. You didn't receive that encouragement. If no one has told you this before, go where you are celebrated and encouraged, not tolerated and dismissed. Life is too short. Life is too short. Tomorrow isn't promised, just this now eternal moment. Okay, so it's time to let the heartache go. Okay, recognize that those aren't your people and trust your intuition. That's what's challenging you right now. You're having a hard time trusting your inner authority. And this is a queen energy. Okay, this is a leader energy. This is the energy of pure connection with source, with your power, with your divinity. And it's on the internal. So it's like you're having this real battle internally, trusting your intuition because of what happened in the past. But the past is the past. It does not define you, and it should definitely not restrict you from trusting your own inner authority. This is a message that repeated in a different pile. So if you are feeling called to a different pile, there may be messages in there for you as well. So that's what's challenging you right now. So let's bring a card of how to help harmonize this energy and bring you into this energy of being the genius, creative genius and leader in your life. Too many cards, just one, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, seriously? No, let's just have one. Thank you. I know there's so much love. There's so much love and support from the universe. Thank you for all of this love that's healing the hearts. Yeah. Okay, this is what's coming up. 8 of Pentacles. Just keep doing the work. Keep doing you, boo. Okay, that's literally what came to mind. Just keep doing you. Even if you're the only one in the room, even if you're the only person doing whatever it is you're doing, you're the only person saying whatever it is that you're saying, trust your voice, trust your inner voice and bring it out, because that is what is being called of you. You're being asked to take this new light, this new ball of hope and opportunity and peace and inspiration and do the work. Eight is, the loop. It is either stagnation or abundance and flow. So are you in stagnation, going into the same loops of I can't, I won't, they hurt me, it's not safe? Or are you going to keep pushing forward because you're at 8, which means you're 2 steps away from hitting a completion, 2 steps away, okay, 2 years, 2 months, to projects, to decisions, whatever. Two is about decision. So it's about you making that decision and that choice to trust your inner authority. Okay. And not everybody's gossip and garbage and drama. You don't need to take from anyone or anything, because you have everything within you. You are a creative genius. Your light is needed in this world. You are important to this revolutionary change that we are in, this timeline of evolution. You are integral to the new now world that is being born from everything that's falling apart, so to speak. So let's look at a well-being card. You're an affirmation to carry you for the next few years. You're welcome to write this down on a piece of paper and stick it on a mirror where you can see it and let it inspire you. Okay. The law of attraction is the most powerful universal. Okay, hold on. The law of attraction, the most powerful universal law, is my friend. You create with your every thought. By the universal law of attraction, that which is like unto itself is drawn, and you are attracting the essence of whatever you are giving your attention to, wanted or unwanted. It is very possible that there's messages for you in another pile, because this message has been repeating. The law of mind is the first step. As you think, so it is. Okay. So it's time to let go of thinking about what hurt you and how it hurt you and how it could possibly hurt you again, because scar tissue is stronger. Okay. What hurt you in the past cannot hurt you again, because you are stronger now. Okay. What crippled you in the past cannot cripple you anymore, because you have already grown and risen above it. And the only thing that's holding you back right now is your mind. So write this down. The law of attraction is my friend, and it is the most powerful universal law, the law of mind. As within, so without. The law of attraction is another one of the laws. We have the law of mind, and then there's the law of polarity, which is the law of attraction, and it talks about how as within, so without. And something that can help you do this work and shift into deep inner peace with whatever was. I have a course online on my online market. It's a free little mini self-paced course. 5 practical steps for setting up for peace. 5 practical steps to ground and center you, so you can do that work to expand your consciousness, to build your dreams, to just have a healthy, balanced, wholesome life. Okay. And I'll put the link for that in the description. Okay. To option 3. So that is the message that I have for you. And that wraps up this Saturn special pick a card that I was guided to do. And yeah, I believe this is complete. Is there anything else? Okay, I now close the sacred circle of reading. Thank you for using me as a channel and a guide for the messages that wish to come through. May these messages receive the beings who are ready to receive them, have called them in. May these messages reach them in perfect divine alignment, and may the transitions and the journeys into greater embodiment of the I Am presence flow with ease, grace, joy, peace, laughter, yummy food, delicious rest, sweet nectar, water of life, and all the love of Mama Earth, the universe, and I'm sending you big, big love as well. Until we meet again. Mwah.